Hello there, this is the Educated Farmer, and I would want you to like and subscribe to the channel. One of the things I've realized that makes farmers fail is because they decide deliberately not to develop some areas of their lives that would impact them. And I will be treating this as items, which I would release a video on each one of them. I went to visit my mentor during the Christmas season, and the man is 70 years old. He's a farmer. His Majesty Place Farms. And he told me that he has subscribed to a digital course. So he is reading a course or undertaking a course, and he is learning AI. And they said in 6 months he will be a pro. 70 years man learning AI. And you might think it's a waste of time, but then this one will help him stay active. And he's current. Most of the things we talk about when we are coming back from the farm, we'll be talking about FaceTime and those things, and you hear him share contributions about things that is happening that it's most young people who are prone to know. This is a person that is learning. This is the person that has decided not to stay old, not to live his life as a pensioner. That is the same thing that most farmers we fail to do. So we become whack, a cake, and outmoded. Your own is to just wake up in the morning, go to the farm, come back and sleep. You wake up in the morning, go to the farm, come back. Such a life is boring, and you wouldn't be productive. If you want to be productive as a farmer, there are some things you need to consider: project management, leadership, systems and structures that run the farm in your absence. You also have to consider cash flow management, resource management, human resource, administrative work, business management. These are areas that you need to focus on as a farmer. You understand? Building a clientele base and all that. And these are conscious things you need to do. You need to show up at a certain point to learn about this. Let's focus on leadership for today. Do you know how to talk with people? Do you know how to influence people? Do you know how to get things done by people without them even knowing you wanted them to do that? I've realized that the farming work is a bit difficult because it's a bit technical. You are required much of your strength to do it. It's just recently that we have drones coming in the system, tractors and those things helping. But then if you are starting from the point where you don't even have the resources, those facilities are there, and yet because it costs, you need human labor. So if you want to get the best out of people, how do you get these things done? That is the challenge. So your ability to lead yourself as a farmer is a challenge. The ability to also lead people is also a challenge. The ability to lead yourself becomes a challenge in the sense that if you are working an 8 to 9 job, it's your boss, your supervisor, your HR is your CEO that will draw the plan and draft the plan for the year. They will structure things that the organization want to do for a year, and they will give it to you. So you also have a component as a department or as a leader or as an employee in that company to follow. So you coming to work is because if you don't come, somebody will call you, why didn't you come? If you don't show up, if this work is not done, they will hold you responsible. So you turn up to do those things because you'll be paid at the end of the month, at the end of the year, at the end of the working hours. So that is somebody imposing influence on you to react in a certain manner because you know the gain you are going to get. But if you are operating it by yourself, if you own the farm yourself, then it means that no one is coming to tell you do A, do B, do C. You get it? That makes it very difficult because it's not everybody that will wake up and is motivated to go and do the work. It's not everybody that will wake up and is disciplined to go and work. It's not everybody that will wake up when things are not going on well and still have the edge, the courage, the enthusiasm to continue with their business. So you as a farmer, you must learn how to lead yourself move from the place of motivation to the place of discipline. Whether or not things are working, you need to work. So you have your plan, you have your goals, you have your objectives, you have your systems written down, stated clearly. At this point, this is what I'm doing. At that point, this is what I'm doing. When the vision becomes clearer to yourself and you understand it and you start working towards it, then you see resources now move towards you for you to execute the plans you've stated. And if it becomes clearer and you are into it, then can you also influence others to also now follow suit? So you read books from John C. Maxwell and Dr. Miles Monroe and all those people on leadership, just to enhance your leadership ability as a person, so you can lead yourself, then too you can be able to lead others. If you are not self-taught, if you are not a self-leader, if you can't lead yourself, you cannot lead anybody. You are just walking about waiting for a place for you to be drained and be reduced to nothing. But if you know where you are going, then you know the things you can carry along, the people you can carry along, and find means and ways to persuade other people to also follow you. You get it? So when they get to the place of you leading others, most often, this is what I've realized, most people, when people come under them, what they tend to do is that they tend to think people are funny, people are not serious. So what they do is that if something bad happens, they will tell you, I'll sack you, I'll fire you. Then they threaten people. No, humans are not to be handled like that. You don't put fear in people so they can work for you. When a person feels like, I can be neglected, I can be erased, I can be removed, I can be replaced, then when they are also working for you or they are working with you, they are also opening up to other options. People leave because they don't feel safe. People leave because they feel they are being exploited. But what you should do as a leader is that you need to find out what the people want. Then you structure your plans and your goals in such a way that as they are meeting your goals, you also meet their goals. Some people stay at a workplace because the workplace provide their children with scholarships. Other people stay at a workplace because the work has given them a place of accommodation. They don't pay rent. They have access to hospital care and those things. You see, so the work is helping them meet other needs, which another job will not help them meet those needs. So those people tend to stay in that job till pension, because their work finds a way to offer help and reduce the weight. You get it? Reduce the weight on them as a married man, as a married woman, as a son or a child to somebody. The job finds a way to reduce their burden. And some job also offer future dividends like pension fees and building for them. So when you go on retirement, there are some facilities they've made available for you to access and all that. When people think that, you think about them and their future, and if anything should happen to them, they can fall on you as the leader. Whatever you tell them to do, they will do. But when you think only about your work, only about what you want to achieve, only about people doing their work, that one, you wouldn't achieve anything. You won't get loyal people. You get it? If people don't see the sense in following you, they won't follow you. They will only follow you because of what they are getting, the immediate gratification. And when another option opens up, they will leave. There are some people that will serve you for a month or two without being paid, but there are others too that will leave you if you are even paying them that day or that month. It's just because of how you treat people. It's just because of how you handle people. I'm not saying tolerate laziness. I'm not saying tolerate procrastination, not meeting deadlines and those things. There is a way you handle that. Let people know that you can fire them, you can sack them. The element of fear should be there because you want the well-being of the enterprise you are building. You are not for the Christmas. But then also make those people also know that if they do their things well, the job is coming to take care of them, their family, and yourself. So they now belong to something bigger and important than themselves. But people worry themselves that at a point in time, this person will leave me and go and start something of his own. At a point in time, that person might leave. Then you see them become autocratic. You see them saying things that will make the person feel bad about themselves, constantly seeking for their approval and those things. Except people who are blind. If these people become enlightened, they won't follow you again. Let them know you care for them. Let them know you are interested in their personal lives, their marital lives, their homes. You care. You understand? Do things deliberately and intentionally and sometimes casually for them to feel like you are a human being. It is only a human being that feels for the other person. And I'm telling you, people would love to follow your leadership. And same, you build systems and structures and try to document the activities so that any other person that comes with a little bit of training and orientation, they can follow suit. Part 2 of this leadership series will come, God willing, tomorrow. Be honorable.